Welcome back, and you're watching Market Fatafat on ET Now. Now on the technicals, we're joined by Nirav Chheda as well. Nirav, thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon. And let's start with your first stock for today. I'm seeing Paytm making the list here today. Interesting to buy at current levels as well, because we've seen a run-up coming in after that correction for Paytm. So what's the story in terms of charts for Paytm?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. See, Paytm at this point of time, it just come down from 970 odd levels up to 880 odd. But it has continued to take support from this 50-day moving average. It has now moved higher from there. I believe longer term wise, the chart is very good, still positive. It is making a higher top, higher bottom formation, very likely to move up now from here up to the 1100, 1200 odd levels. So one can look to buy this stock at current levels. 880 should be a good support area, so that should be your stop loss. Also, new age stocks, a lot of buying has gone in, a lot of volumes at the lower end. So most of these stocks are likely to go up from here.
Okay, let's move on and then talk about the next stock that is in focus. And we have KPR Mills. This one is in focus today. We have a brokerage news that's coming from Antique. They're actually, they've downgraded the stock to a hold from a previous buy rating, but they've increased the target price to 878 rupees per share. What they're saying is they believe in the long-term outlook for the garment segment, and that appears to be quite optimistic over there for the company, as well as in terms of overall when they're looking at the sugar segment as well, continuing to show strong growth in terms of performance over there as well as the yarn fabric segment, which is there for KPRL as well. They're expecting a strong growth and revival coming in that segment in terms of the margins, especially in the second half of the year. So margins were a bit subdued in the segment. So yes, improvement in terms of most of their segments is what they're expecting. Driving force is obviously going to be the garment as well as the sugar segment for the company going forward as well, and that is why KPR Mill is among their top picks in terms of when they're talking about the segment sector wise over there. Yes, downgrade the stock to a hold, but increase the target price for the company. So on the back of that, we're keeping an eye out on KPR Mills, and obviously today the buzz is also keeping those Nitin spinners, Nahar spinners, all these spinning mills also are buzzing into it. So that is why also KPR Mills is seeing a stronger uptick of around 4% as well today.
All right, moving on, let's talk about BPCL then. That was one of the top gainers coming in on the Nifty. At one point in time, you had BPCL that saw an uptick of as much as about 3% or so. Now also holding on to 3.2%, now holding on to gains about 2.9% or so. The company said that, or the board has said, the company said that the board will be meeting on November 29th in this order to mull interim dividend for 2024, FY24. And also fix the record date for that. Remember that this will be the second dividend during the financial year, as in May, month of May itself, BPCL had announced a dividend of about 4 rupees with August 11th as the record date. And for now, what the company said that the board will be meeting on November 29th to mull decision on another interim dividend.
Absolutely. And Cheryl, we spoke about IGL also in that MS note. They have also mentioned because of that LNG trucking, there could be benefit coming in even for something like a BPCL as well. So, maybe that was also one of the factors. But I think that interim dividend is something that is keeping the markets more excited there. So, yes, that was BPCL. But Nirav, one more new age tech company today. Is it the day of new age tech for you? Because Zomato is also making the list. So in terms of charts, Zomato already seeing a very strong return of 72% in the last 6 months. What are you expecting from here on now?
Yes. As I said, I was just looking at the charts for these new age companies. And all of them seem to have bottomed out, and they are doing well. Good volumes are gone in. Good delivery based buying has come in. So I believe they can all move up together, and Zomato is another stock where a very smart recovery has taken place, from that 50 odd levels to about 120 odd, now at 115. I believe this stock has it in it to move up towards that 150 odd levels. Good support around the 108, 105 levels. So 105 should be your stop loss, and go ahead and buy this stock. It should witness good buying going forward, and 145, 150 should come in soon.
All right, moving on, let's talk about Wipro then, Ankita. And why is this one in the spotlight today?
Well, yes, Wipro is in focus because it has announced a collaboration with NVIDIA to help the healthcare companies, accelerate the adoption of generative AI through AI-driven strategies, products, and services. Now, collaboration is going to bring these companies deep expertise and research in AI and large language models powered by NVIDIA's AI expertise in software. And on the back of that, Wipro is going to be in focus today.
Okay, that is Wipro for you. Let's move on to the next one. And Ansh, you've picked out Crompton for us. What is the news for today for Crompton Greaves Consumer Electricals?
So, in a proactive move towards sustainable agricultural practices, Crompton has signed an MOU with an educational university. This is a 3-year agreement aims to contribute to agricultural development by providing pumps and control panels. This collaboration extends beyond just provision of equipment. It involves delivering training to the technical staff of the university. The trained staff will then play a crucial role in educating farmers, students, and other staff of other universities. This initiative highlights companies' commitment to provide technological advancements in agriculture and supporting the broader community. So for those reasons, the stock is in focus today.
All right, Nirav, let's shift focus and let's shift focus to the metal pack. Tata Steel, how is this one looking in the charts?
I have something to say about metals as a whole. After a 2-year period, I'm seeing a lot of traction in this space. After a consolidation, most of the stocks are now looking good from current levels, and they can all go up about 5, 7 or even 10% in the near term. Also in the longer term, you can see much higher returns coming for these stocks in the next 6 months or so. So definitely, look to buy metals at this point of time. Tata Steel, importantly, 120 was broken. That's a 2-year resistance that was broken. It went up, came down to retest that support now, and now it has gone up since. So I believe this stock has it in it to move up towards that 140, 145 odd levels, at least in the near term, in the next couple of trading sessions, in fact. So one can look to buy this stock from a near term and medium term perspective as well. 145 would be your target for near term, and about 180 for the medium term. Your stop loss would be around 120.
Okay, so 145 in the near term and longer term also 180s levels one could expect for Tata Steel. But on that note, let's slip into a very short break. We'll be back with more stocks after the break. Welcome back, and you're watching Market Fatafat on ET. Now let's keep it going with all the stocks that are in focus today. We have SKM eggs as well as Venky's. Both these stocks are in focus today after the eggs are expected to cost more during the winter season as producers cut the hatching of chicks, and egg prices have risen in the last 2 months ahead of the peak consumption season as well. The production cost also has risen, and on the back of this, we are expecting that these egg prices would see an increase coming in turn that would benefit something like a Venky's or an SKM eggs as well, and that is why both these stocks are a bit higher in trade today. SKM eggs products is higher by almost 5% as of now.
All right, moving on, let's talk about Natco Pharma, and that particular counter was buzzing in trade. Last time I checked, the stock was trading higher by about 3% or so. Now, right now, trading higher by about 2.5%. Natco Pharma has retained their previous profit forecast for FY24. This is as per the transcript of the Q2 earnings call that was released late yesterday. The company is expecting minimal earnings impact from the 8 USFD observations for their Kotur plant in Hyderabad. They've also said that they will consider inorganic growth opportunities. Also, this citing improved cash balance. So the fact that they've retained their FY24 forecast, they don't see huge impact or material impact of that observations for their plant coming in from USFD. On back of that, the stock is actually buzzing in trade, 2.6% uptick coming in for Natco.
Okay, let's move on and talk about the next stock coming in from the pharma pack, and this one is on the technicals. Nirav, Strides Pharma, what's the outlook actually for this one? Where do you see it headed in terms of the charts now?
Pharma as a whole has started to move up. No doubt there are some stocks which have actually moved up quite a lot, but there are a few which haven't moved, like Strides Pharma, which I believe a lot of traction can be seen. This stock no doubt has come up from 300 to about 450, 480 odd levels, but this stock has fallen from about 1200 odd levels. So, it has to actually move up towards those levels to finish 100% retracement. So, at current levels, it is well placed to move up to the 600, 620 odd levels from a near term perspective. So one can look to buy this stock at current levels. You can keep a stop loss of 460 and hope for that target of around 600, 610. I believe it can come in about 10 odd days.
All right, moving on, Ankita, let's talk about all cargo logistics and why is this one in the spotlight?
Yes, all cargo logistics, the international supply chain monthly operational updates are here, and the numbers don't seem very exciting. And in the back of that, we do see a downtick of almost 2.5% on the stock. But the results say that the LCL volume for the month of October 2023 was down 4% on a year-on-year basis and 3% on a month-on-month basis. And the month of October usually witnesses a seasonally lower volumes due to the Golden Week, holidays in China. But even in the near term, the expectations are of a muted demand along with softer yields. Now, sequentially, there was a major decline seen in the APAC, primarily impacted by lower volumes in China, while the other major regions like America, Europe, and India saw a tad bit of an improvement. Also, the container utilization continues to remain soft, reflecting low volumes on a year-on-year basis. And on the back of that news flow, we do see all cargo down in trade 2%.
Okay, let's move on and then talk about AstraZeneca. Ansh, why is this one in focus today?
The company has got permission from a Central Drug Standard Control Organization to import and distribute olaparib film-coated tablets. This approval extends to the additional indication of treating a type of prostate cancer as well. The company is now on track to potentially launch this tablet in India as well. Also, if you see the chart, stock is trading above 50, 100 and 200 DMA. In addition to that, it is taking a strong support at the upward sloping support trend line, and in last 3 months it has given 4 bounces from it. For those reasons, the stock is focused today.
All right, moving on, Nirav, we did speak about Tata Motors, why that one was in focus on back of news flow, but the stock is not reacting in tandem with what the news flow is suggesting. But on the charts, what is it indicating to you?
See, on the charts, after 2016, this is the first time the stock has moved up above that 625 odd band. So whenever you see, these 7-8 yearly breakouts come in a stock, so these stocks tend to move up very quickly, and they probably move up, very fairly. That means, you can expect a 40-50% jump from the breakout level. So I believe this stock has only moved up about 30-40 rupees at this point of time. This stock is slated to move up towards that 750-780 levels very soon. The overall pattern is bullish, and a lot of shorts have been covered in the last few days as well. So I believe short covering is going on, and then long positions will be built in this stock. So one can look to buy the stock at current levels. 658 should be your stop loss, and anywhere between 750 780 is very good.
Okay, keeping an eye out on Tata Motors and those levels over there. Let's move on, talk about GMR Power. GMR Power is in focus. It has bought 29.14% stake in the unit from Tenaga for around $28.5 million. The acquisition raises GMR's stake in GMR Energy to 86.9%. So today, on the back of this news flow, we are seeing that the stock has been in focus today. GMR Power trading with gains of almost 2% as of now on the back of this acquisition of 29.1% stake, which increases the stake in GMR Energy as well then.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Fortis Healthcare, and that particular counter is in focus on back of a global development that's taking place. IHH Healthcare subsidiary Northern TK Ventures has filed a lawsuit against Daiichi Sankyo in the Tokyo District Court, seeking about 20 billion yen in damages for allegedly blocking its acquisition of Fortis Healthcare shares in India. This is according to Daiichi Sankyo's statement. The complaint served on Daiichi Sankyo on November 13th. However, Daiichi Sankyo has strongly disagreed with the allegations and will vigorously defend its position in the court. But yes, the fact that the notice was served by IHH Healthcare's arm to Daiichi Sankyo in a case or this is seeking damages for allegedly blocking the acquisition of Fortis Healthcare shares. That's the reason, one of the reasons why you can say Fortis Healthcare is under pressure.
Okay, that's the reason why Fortis Healthcare is under pressure. But let's move on and Nirav talk about Lumax Industries. This one surely has seen a good up move coming in, especially in the last 1 month as well. We've just seen 18% move in the last 1 month. From here on, where do you expect Lumax to move now?
Yeah, so today is the day where it moved above the all-time highs, after 2018. So this is a big breakout which has come in today itself, and with volumes also. So I believe this stock is headed higher now. This stock can go up to 3,000 odd levels at least, so that should be your target. Good volumes have been seen, so one can look to buy the stock even at current levels and on some dips. 2450 is a good support level, along with 2500. So whenever it comes there, look to add more positions there. You can expect 3000, 3200 to come very soon in this stock.
All right, moving on. Ankita, let's talk about delivery and why is this one in the spotlight?
Yes, delivery is in spotlight today. It is down and out in trade. It is down almost 2.5%. SBF Dobell has sold 2.6% stake in the company via open market. Now remember, 5 days back we did have this news come out that SoftBank had also sold 2.5% equity in the e-commerce logistic company in a block deal that was worth 739 crores. And now we have the news of SBF also selling a 2.6% stake in delivery. And on the back of that news flow, we do see the stock knocked down 2.6% in trade.
Okay, let's keep an eye on that. Let's move on and talk about confidence petro. Then Nirav, on the charts, what's the indication you're picking up here? Do you see an up move for this stock?
So this stock, broke out about the 2-year consolidation at about 79 odd levels, went up to 97. It retested that breakout and now has gone up since. I believe it is now on the journey up to 120 odd levels. So this stock can run up quite significantly from here and in a short period of time. So look to buy this stock at current levels. 80 should be a stop loss for longs, and on the upper side, there are two resistances at this point of time, 98 and 110. So that is where you look to book your profits.
All right, so that is confidence petro for you and what's needed to take on that particular counter. But with that, we are totally out of time in this edition of Market Fatafat. So thank you so much, Nirav, Sumit, as well as Lisa and I beg your pardon, Ankita and Ansh for joining us on the show and taking our viewers through all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. But with that, so goodbye from me, myself, and the team that put the show together. Thank you so much for watching.